Vinod Mehta, editorial chairman of The Outlook. Sudhindra Bhadoria of the Bahujan Samaj Party. Shesh Narayan Singh, senior journalist with me in the studios in Mumbai, who knows Uttar Pradesh quite well. Smriti Irani, member of parliament of the Rajya Sabha from Delhi. Madhu Gaur Yakshi, my first question is to you. What kind of survival will this be? Where you do this plug and play, adjust, you have to bow down before single digit parties, compromise, listen to lectures from Mulayam Singh Yadav, wait for Mayawati's next instruction, and not have the ability to push through tough economic decisions in the next 14 months. You may survive, but is this any way to survive, Mr. Yakshi?
I think you're over-reading it too much, Arnab. There is no threat to the government. Yes, there is coalition partners left, but there's enough numbers there, and we are working with all the other coalition partners. So it is how you look at it. In the coalition, these difficulties are there. Whether NDA or UPA, these such difficulties will come. So we are assured of we have a strong leadership who knows how to work with the coalition partners. So I don't see such a threat here, neither the way the whole media is projecting about as if government is falling, elections are coming. I don't see any such urgency here.
Smriti Irani, are you as assured?
I'm not as assured at the cup of coffee that Mr. Mehta assures you of. I can only say this, that a government which had lost the confidence of the people is now openly losing confidence of its own allies. But I have heard murmurs from many allies on Times Now, including Praful Patel. I believe that he was on your show before we all came on, where there was an admission about the fact that the Congress does not know how to take the allies along. So why the UPA 2 is publicly disintegrating is something that the Congress representative on your channel can elaborate on or deny, whatever is his convenience. I will only say this, that it's unfortunate that the business of the House today in Rajya Sabha was disrupted by one UPA partner, the Samajwadi Party, and one political party called the DMK, which was supporting the party just 24 hours ago. So I think the question that needs to be asked tonight is whether the Congress-led UPA 2 has become a liability looking at the general elections in 2014 for its own allies.
How long will Mulayam support, in your view, this M+M support last, Mr. Mehta? How long will this M+M formula last? Up to May 2014?
Well, you know, Arnab, there's no question about the fact that these are very bad days for the UPA, and this is possibly the worst crisis they have faced. But, you know, even with political instability, a government can last. I mean, there's no law which says that political instability automatically means the falling of a government. There are one or two other things that you should remember. The two principal players that the Congress UPA relies on, Samajwadi Party and the BSP, for their own reasons, don't want an election immediately. They are not interested in the general election, unless, of course, something happens and they are forced into it. So I think this is the silver lining for the Congress, is that these two people, but it must be said still, whatever is, that you know, this is a government on daily wages, and it survives on daily wages, and I can think of nothing worse than having two allies as unpredictable and fickle as a BSP and SP, and a government has to survive on their support. I mean, if I was Mr. Kamal Nath, I would have nightmares every night, not knowing tomorrow morning what these people are going to spring up. So I think these are bad days for the UPA, and any accidents could happen. But on the other hand, this rickety old UPA with no air and no tires and half the car breaking down, this could still carry on for some time, and surprise of surprises may even carry on till May 2000.
But why would one want to carry on? You know, I'm just trying to understand. There are a lot of people who would be watching television tonight, Madhu Gaur Yakshi, and asking just one question. Does the Congress party completely lack the confidence to face the people of this country? Why would you? Are you so scared?
Well,
no,
look at the people.
Mr. Yakshi.
Arnab,
why do you lack
if
the
people
confidence
doesn't
to go
have
to the
faith,
people?
they wouldn't have elected a second term. Secondly, the BJP representative was saying, when Trinamool Congress also part of NDA and she left, they also seen these problems when their coalition government, heading coalition government. So we have a job to finish, and the people have a trust in us.
She's
and
rebutting you.
possibly the BJP representative forgetting is the 9th year of coalition government. She's saying that we don't know how to run the coalition government. We've been elected again.
No, we are talking about today. No, Mr. Yakshi, answer my question. Mr. Yakshi, answer my question.
We don't have to learn from BJP how to run the coalition government.
Okay, if Smriti wants to come in, actually let Smriti in. You haven't answered my question at all, Mr. Yakshi. Smriti Irani.
No, I think that I don't know whether Mr. Yakshi overheard something that I didn't even utter a single word about on your channel with regards to teaching the Congress party as to how to run a coalition.
Yeah.
I think that time has been testament to the fact that Mr.
You did say
Vajpayee
it.
has run
You
a
said it.
coalition
Congress
very well.
doesn't know how to manage the coalition partners.
Mr. Yakshi, let me finish, no? I think that when you're talking about coalition partner, Mr.
you
Yakshi,
said
if
it. I
I'm not
replied to
mistaken,
what you
you're
said
a
it.
member of parliament from Andhra Pradesh. Can I respond? I think that what also needs to be said tonight is that Congress
go
MPs
ahead.
from Andhra Pradesh itself are in open revolt against the central government led by the Congress party for not fulfilling the dream of Telangana. Now, Mr. Vajpayee or the NDA for that matter never sacrificed national interests for their own political gains. I would like to highlight what happened in the Rajya Sabha 2-3 days ago. Where the budget came up for discussion, Mr. Yakshi, instead of the finance minister staying in the Rajya Sabha to hear the budget, note down the points and respond on behalf of the government on such an important issue as the budget of the country, he chose in fact to be absent from the house and run to meet a coalition partner who was publicly distancing themselves from the Congress-led UPA.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't need to elaborate as to how you should run a coalition. I think your government, especially the Congress party, is sufficiently proving that to the public that they are not managing to keep their house in order. I mean, you have the finance minister today very slyly give a smile and answer in very halting words that we still know how to run a
what is this coalition business? No, I want to.
With the CBI,
what's it?
CBI and the ED with you, sir, I'm sure you will manage the numbers.
No, but I don't think the people of this country voted in Mayawati and Mulayam to run the government, which is exactly what is going to happen right now, Mr. Yakshi. You know, look at the DMK, Mr. Yakshi. Look at the bigger picture. DMK did not pull out despite early hiccups on Sri Lanka. They did not pull out despite all the protests on fuel. They stuck by you through the FDI crisis. They did not even pull out when the 2G heat was on them. The fact is, before a general election, they are pulling out. And a lot of people are saying it is because today your allies don't have confidence in the Congress party anymore. You see? TMC pull out, Jharkhand Vikas Morcha pull out, MIM pull out, now the DMK pull out.
Well, TMC has a policy issue on FDI. Now the DMK has local compulsions there. Our stand is very clear on Sri Lanka. You know very well on a foreign policy, this national interest is paramount, and we made every effort to see that our national interest is protected. And there is you have a limit to do in a foreign policy. So how much you can interfere in other neighboring countries. So here, Mr. Arnab, I don't know what Smriti Irani is saying. I'm not a member of Rajya Sabha, so what happened there? She's asking about we revolted. That's within our party internal matter. Our party's commitment, we're fighting for Telangana, and party has assured us what decisions they were taking. We will know what is coming up. We have a trust in our leader and our party, and they will take a decision. And let me remind her, the BJP, when made a states, other Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, they've forgotten promise which they made. Even 2004, they were opposing Telangana. Now they're in opposition. They're promising that they will make Telangana. So let's not get into that, because we know what they do when they're in power. When they lost the power, what promises they make, we know that. I cannot comment what Mr. Chidambaram, when Rajya Sabha, what happened there. Here, DMK is pulling out on an issue which is concerned and which government is very categorically very clear. How we stood for the Tamilians and Tamilians' interests.
Tamilian interests were there in 2009 also.
DMK today have an issue. They are demanding certain things which how much we can do it.
Sir,
already government is in consultation with the other political parties.
Reaching out
to other political
Mr.
parties.
Yakshi,
trying to see a resolution.
Mr. Yakshi, interjection. I'm allowing an interjection. Smriti Irani. Smriti Irani, one last interjection. I'm coming to you, Mr. Bhadoria, after that. Yeah.
Mr. Yakshi, if you are of the contention that you are upholding Tamil Nadu's interest, then why is it that 3 cabinet ministers went and only met the DMK leaders and did not meet the Tamil Nadu government, did not meet other political parties, did not meet students agitating? So don't hide behind a particular smoke screen that
I'm not member of Rajya Sabha. I have not seen what happened, Mr. Irani.
No, this is not about Rajya Sabha. This is about what happened in Tamil Nadu. Which I'm sure
he was not in the house and he went out to meet a coalition partner.
He was not in the house is also a matter of public record, sir. It was also reported on various media channels.
My question to Sudhindra Bhadoria is this. Mr. Bhadoria.
There's other Minister of State sitting there and taking notes.
Mr. Bhadoria.
Have to be sitting all the through. There are occasions where even he may be stepping out, easing out himself.
Fine.
And there's a Minister of State sitting and taking notes.
Fine.
I don't think it's so
Mr. Bhadoria.
The point that I have made.
No, my question is to Mr. Bhadoria. Mr. Madhu Gaud and Smriti Irani, 1 minute. I want to get the BSP in. My question to the BSP is, Vinod Mehta coming to you. My question to the BSP is, sir, yesterday Mayawati gave us a lecture on secularism outside gate number 4 of the Lok Sabha, of the Parliament. I therefore would like you to guarantee on national television to the people of this country that you will, to defend secularism, support the Congress party in power till the 20th of May 2014, come what may. Come what may, you will support the Congress party till May 2014, Mr. Bhadoria.
Let me start by saying this. The national president of the Bahujan Samaj Party, Bahan Mayawati ji, has already announced that it is going to support the UPA government, and it has been supporting the UPA government since the last
up to May 2014.
Let me
No. Secularism does not come and go overnight.
Let me